I genuinely, honestly, truthfully believe that if you're relatively new to photography, maybe in the first 5 years or so, you really shouldn't be posting your work on socials. And there's a very, very, very important reason for that, which I'll get to later in the video. But there is one exception, which I'll also get to later in this video. But first off, we need to kind of go back and have a look at the original journey of pretty much all of us when we first start photography. You get your camera, you start posting some photographs, you get followers by friends and family and loved ones. Maybe you've made a little Facebook page of Chris Sloan's photography like I did. And then you get some likes, you get some comments, and everything's going well. But then they kind of dry up a little bit. But all of a sudden, you get one photograph that does really well. You get loads of likes, loads of comments, and you think, oh, well, that is clearly a good photograph. Wrong. But that has now convinced you that you can now distinguish what is a good photograph based on how many likes and comments it gets. Wrong. But how can likes and comments be wrong? Clearly, a good photograph will be liked by more people than others. Now, this approach to understanding what's a good or a bad photo is only going to lead you down one path, and some of you may have already walked that path, others might be on the way down, and some of you, if you're lucky enough, might not have even gone there just yet. But what will happen is you'll start to resent where you live because you presume you can only take a good photograph if you live somewhere dramatic. And if you live in, say, the northeast of England, and I want to be photographing places like Bali and I can't afford to get there, I'm going to quickly resent the northeast and quickly think, well, I can't possibly be a photographer. I can't possibly get any form of following because I don't live in a dramatic, beautiful place. If I was there, I would get this photo. Maybe you would, but you're not there. Here's a very easy way to understand this exact point that I'm trying to make. If you try and think now about who your favorite singer, band, artist is. Have you got it? Yeah. How many people do you know, just in your smallest circle, that cannot stand listening to that music? Does that mean it's not good? No. It's subjective. And we do it with music all the time. We do it with cars, we do it with phones, we do it with everything. But when it comes to our photography, we expect every single person to like it just because we do. And that's never going to happen. And the reason we do that is because of social media. Previously, years ago, you wouldn't get to show your photographs to everyone. So you weren't bothered about what everyone else thought. You would show the photographs to maybe your loved ones and your family. And again, some of them might be quite critical, but even whether they are or not, you liked that photo, therefore you took it. You're not already starting your journey trying to think, will this get likes? Will this get comments? Will people like it on social media? And it isn't a healthy way to go. So for me, when I quit social media, I stopped posting everywhere. I quite quickly realized that I actually didn't like photographing the huge grand vistas. I like photographing the odd rural house, a building with some lampposts next to it. And I like sort of using a bit of a Tetris style thing because of his reading Stephen Shaw's Uncommon Places, Carl McDougall's American Mile, and more recently, James Pops's Human Nature books, where everything's lined up beautifully. There's nothing really ever cut off. Everything has its little place within the frame, and it's brilliant. And I love that photography. I only discovered that earlier this year when I was starting to take some more photographs that I wasn't sharing with everyone. And then I looked back through my work and I thought, I really like that photo. I really like that photo. I also really like that photo. If I was on social media, I would never have posted them because these photographs are of nothing interesting really, but to me, I love them. And now because I'm not on social media, I get to take photographs of all the things I love, in which case I've also developed a much better skill at photographing this type of thing now because I enjoy it. I'm not worried about whether people like it. I'm doing it for me, which is by far the most important part of photography. You need to do it for you. Find your style based on what you love photographing, what you like to see. And that will not only develop you as a photographer, but it'll also enhance your love and appreciation for photography. I hope this helps anyone that may be in this position. If you're currently a little bit confused with kind of where do you go from here, you might not be getting any new followers, your channel might not be growing or whatever it might be. That isn't your photography journey. Think of it as a separate thing. Find who you are as a photographer, then start. Now, I'm not saying like I say don't post anything on social media at all. I'm sure if you're James Popsis, Thomas Heaton, Kyle McDougall, loads of other photographers who are established, they've done it for years, they know what they're like. They didn't post all they want. They're not going to be swayed by the opinions of other people, whether the photos get likes or dislikes. They'll love their photographs. These ones on the wall behind me, they're not special, but I love them because I took them for me. That's all I would suggest for you. Take photographs because you love to take photographs of that. And one, you'll find your style. 2, you'll find a thing you like photographing the most. And 3, you'll find a love for photography again. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. This is a new channel, so a like and a comment will massively help. And if you're really feeling generous and you're not sick of me face by now, then a subscribe would really help. See you in the next one.